Welcome back to the final segment of this week's Eagles Sports Coaches Show. Sean Woods has joined us, and Coach, very good road trip. SEMO and Martin, the last two games. It's hard anytime you can get 2 wins on the road, but you sweep an OVC road trip at Southeast Missouri State and UT Martin, you have to feel pretty good right now.
No doubt about it. We had a little deal where we had the little addition by subtraction, and kind of did our team some good. The chemistry's back. The guys all bought in, and I think we're starting to turn the corner a little bit, and that's very, very refreshing.
10-10 overall, 4-2 in the conference, and anytime, Southeast Missouri State and Martin's have been tough places to play in the past. Last Thursday, tied at half, came out and just seemed like a different team playing in the second half at SEMO and got a 75-59 win.
Well, we took care of the basketball much better in the second half, and we were more efficient from an offensive standpoint. Defensively, I think we're doing what we need to do. Just got to cut down on the bonehead mistakes offensively, take care of the basketball. And when you do that, there's more opportunities to get better shots. So we did that in the second half, and then it led over until the game against Martin.
You know, anytime that you're hitting the last part of January, you have your rotation down now, and the fact that these young men now know you, because, we talked about this. It's, you were talking about chemistry just a while ago. It's hard to build chemistry overnight.
No doubt about it.
And it seems like right now they know and expect exactly what you want from them.
No doubt, and it takes time, and we're still a work in progress, but the key is our point guard play is getting much better. I mean, Devon Nagelson had a great week. The last game against Tennessee Martin, he had 12 assists, 1 turnover. We're getting some contribution and some consistency from Bakari Turner. I think Jared Stokes is playing real well now. And the biggest surprise that hasn't done anything pretty much all year, who had 2 good games, was Bruce Reed. So, that was the key to our success against SEMO. He came off the bench, hadn't been playing much, and really gave us a lift. And he was very efficient in the Martin game too. So that has to continue. Milton Chavis has to continue to do the things that I need him to do to help us win basketball games. And if that continues, and also our point guard play with Devon, and then also Tariq, we can make a big push to here second half of the season.
Devon, 12 points, 12 assists, his first double-double, and like you said, only 1 turnover.
Right.
And as a former point guard, you have to see that in Devon and be very, very happy where he's started the season and where he's at right now.
No doubt about it. And I've been on him more than I've been on any other player this year. And at first he didn't know how to take it, but now he's responding well, and he understands the method to my madness. And, because of him, we only going to go as he goes. If he's playing great, 9 times out of 10, we're going to play great. We got a chance because you're only as good as your point guard.
And it's funny, as a point guard yourself and playing at the highest level that you did, sometimes you see that position probably with harder eyes than the other positions, because that's a point guard, that's a place you played, and that's what you know all about everything, but that's what you want most great point guard play.
No doubt about it. I'm a firm believer, and any coach will tell you, if you have a great point guard, you got a chance. And if you look at the top 2 or 3 teams in our league, that's where they are right now. Eastern, with Denunu, he's just as good as anybody. The point guard at Tennessee State's playing real well, and maybe the best point guard in the OVC conference is who we're playing tomorrow at Belmont. So, that's the key. It's a guard's game. You can have the best 2, 3s, 4s, the best big man in the country, but if you don't have great, guard play, you're going to struggle at times.
You had 4 straight road games, Eastern, and then Austin P Eastern, SEMO Martin. Now you're going to be playing home for a little stretch, but they didn't do you any favors, because you've got 2 very good ball teams from the Volunteer State coming in, Belmont tomorrow night and Tennessee State on Saturday.
No, and we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a pretty competitive situation, and thank God we are at home, but we got to take care of home. But it's going to be very challenging, 2 very challenging games.
Whiteout tomorrow night, 7 o'clock will be the tip-off, 6:45 airtime, and I know these young men would love to have a huge crowd. Students back on campus, Probably the first game since we've had students back on campus that we're at home, and it's a very good Belmont team, first year in the Ohio Valley Conference, but they're proving every bit that what we thought when they came into the league.
Well, right now, thus far, they've embarrassed the league, and somebody's got to put a stop to it. But that's what happens when you get a good team coming into the conference. It's only going to make your conference better. So now we have something to look forward to, and someone to actually look forward to competing with. They've set the mark already in the short time they've been here. So it's going to make the OVC conference that much better. And like I said before, when I first got here, this league is very underrated. Now it's really underrated, but it's starting to become a two-bit league, and hopefully it can continue to be.
What has impressed you about Belmont on film?
They don't make too many mistakes. I told our guys the other day, the reason why Belmont is embarrassing the league right now because they don't make low major college basketball mistakes. No, everybody else is making low major college basketball mistakes, and we cannot. In order for us to have a chance, we can't have low major bonehead plays. They don't beat themselves. They're very efficient. They're not very explosive, but they just take advantage of the dumb mistakes that most teams make, the low major mistakes that OVC teams make, and you can't make those type of mistakes on a consistent basis and have a chance.
They're coming in from the A Sun, had a great run in that conference. This is a step up for them to move to the Ohio Valley Conference, but like you said, they want to prove that they belong, and they want to prove that they may be the class of the Ohio Valley Conference.
Well, and they've proven it thus far, so it's going to be up to us tomorrow to have our crack at them and see where we stand with them.
What do you want to do against them? What is the strength of your ball club against them?
Well, they don't like to be spread out and dribble drive. I thought Eastern kind of showed their weakness in the second half. Even though Eastern was down by a lot, Eastern just stopped running sets and just went straight to dribble drive and started pushing it at them and driving them. And I thought that put Belmont back on their heels a little bit. So what we do great is what I saw weakness. No, but what they do great is our weakness, and they make you make plays. And we got to make plays consistently without turning the basketball over. And then also we got to be disciplined defensively with their cuts. And they run a lot of ball screen deals where it put pressure on you and get you in a scramble mode. And that's what we've been working on all week, is working on our scramble situation defensively and communicating.
Have you been happy with your defense the last little bit?
I have. That's been the constant ever since we've changed it a little bit against Eastern. They shot over 40-some% from the field. We have them to 38. They were making about 9 threes a game and shooting over 40-some% in threes, and we have them 22% there, and they only made 2 or 4. I can't remember, but but we got to continue to rebound the basketball, and we got to sustain defensively and stay in our defensive principles.
Yeah, you're a +5 in rebounding margin, and this year, and when the shots go up, you have to hit the boards very hard.
No doubt about it, and we got to continue to do that. And also with Belmont, our size can pose a problem. Hopefully that can continue.
I've been impressed with the steals. You've got a lot of steals. You're averaging 10 steals a game, and that's part of that pressure defense, and that's one part of it. The other part is the finishing and scoring with the steals you get.
Right. Well, that's still a work in progress. I thought against Tennessee Martin we did a much better job at that, but we got to continue, especially when we turn Belmont over, because we got to take advantage of every opportunity we get.
So each possession against Belmont will be important, because how they play is how you want to play defensively in a way. It's kind of going to be a chess match in a way.
Oh, no doubt about it. It's going to be a test of wills and test of style of play.
And, of course, the home crowd may come in.
Well, I hope so. We need that more than anything else to keep us going.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about Tennessee State. I know you don't go ahead of the game a lot, but Tennessee State, very athletic team. If they could get it together, you never know how far they could go.
They're a very, very talented team. They're a very deep team, and they got 2 of the best players in the league also. So, it's going to be a challenging situation for them. I haven't seen much of them because they're not up yet, but just a little bit that I've seen. And my Mississippi Valley team played them last year. and they got a lot of those guys returning. So they're a very explosive team. You know, you got to be well disciplined against them and keep them off the offensive glass.
You know, you won 5 of your last 7, and of course 4 of those has been league games. So have to be happy with most of the play that you've got since we've come back from Christmas break.
No doubt about it. We just got to continue to grow and get better. And you're still a work in progress, but we are heading in the right direction, and that's very, very positive.
You know, you make little changes as we progress in the year. Fine-tune things, and what makes the team click. I think that it seemed like that last little road trip, you found some things, and it's clicking a little better than it has been.
No doubt about it, but we had to get rid of a couple guys, you know what I'm saying, to reach that that plateau where we are right now. So we just got to continue to keep our locker room sane and positive, and hopefully continue to have good things happen.
You know, you had some great locker rooms at Kentucky because Coach Pitino wouldn't let egos go over very well. You know, only ego that counted was his.
No doubt about it.
And that's what you're trying to build here. And it takes some time because, you know, as we said, you know, you've had a summer to get to know them. But you can practice all you want. Until you get in a game situation, you don't know how they're going to react. They don't know how you're going to react.
Exactly. And I think they're getting used to me. They know what I'm expecting. And it's been very good for the last week or so.
How much or how many do you want in your rotation? I know that we talk about at the beginning of the year, you said you'd like to have, 10 be able to run in there and run out. But as we've got the corner now, have you narrowed it down any, or are they a chance for some of these players to still come out and impress you to earn some more playing time?
Well, it's never, because you never know who you're going to need. You know what I mean? That's why you coach the last person on your bench as just hard as you do the first person. So it's a long year, and you never know with injury, discipline problems, or whatever, who you're going to be counted on. So everybody's ready. So I don't have in my mind who I want to play. I mean, I wish I can play everyone and get the same type of results. That would be the ultimate deal, but that's not reality. But, like Bruce Reed, we suspend and dismiss Maurice Briggs off the team, and Bruce Reed came in and stepped up. So that's when you got it going. So, everybody's got to be ready because you never know when your time's going to be called.
And some players have strength that the opponents that you're playing, that's their weakness.
Right now, it's going to be difficult to play Chad Pathermas a lot of minutes against Belmont because they have a stretch 5-man who shoots a lot of threes, and Chad's going to have to chase. So, it depends on how he starts off. If he can, sustain it and keep up and contest some of those threes. If not, then Drew's going to have to play the 5-some.
Well, we were kidding you after the UT Martin game. I think Chad has a stake in the tape company because it seems like, between the hands being taped up, and then the other night you needed a cut man on the sidelines. He got busted over. But, as a player or as a coach, you love that. The fact that he doesn't mind getting in the middle. He plays hurt. I mean, I don't know. He had tape on one game. He had tape on both hands.
Right.
So if he'd have got his face cut then, we might have had a 10 count, a standing 10 count for him.
Chad is a very unique individual. I mean, I've pushed and coached him harder than anybody I've had on this team, and he wants to be great, and he takes it. I'm on him and I ride him as hard as any player, but he's got a great attitude. He's a great person, and he's continuing to get better and better, and that's why he's one of the elite rebounders in the OVC conference right now.
Owens coming back from an injury and gave you some big minutes the other night as well.
And he's been consistent the last 2-3 games. We got to keep that going. And also Stokes played pretty well with the minutes he's getting. So it's starting to click, and plus, Khalil is a guy who's an old soul. He's getting in better shape. He only played 17 minutes, but he gave us 16 points. So, if he can continue to give us that type of contribution, that's very, very welcome.
And, if he doesn't get into playing, the time he was off injured, he was doing a heck of a job coaching on the sidelines too.
I know. He thinks he knows everything. But he's a very, believe it or not, he's a very intelligent guy basketball-wise. He's got a great feel for the game. and he's working on himself personally, and I think he's made major strides, and I'm very proud of him.
Coach, always a pleasure. Good 2 wins. Thursday night, Belmont here, 7 o'clock tip-off, 6:45 airtime on the ESN. That's wide out. We need all the people in the Morehead and the Morehead State region to come on down. And then Saturday, Tennessee State will come to town. That'll follow the women's game. The women's game will tip at 5:15. Sean, good luck.
Thank you.
That's this edition of the Eagle Sports Coaches Show. For everyone involved, I'm Jason Blanton. So long, everybody.